What's up? It's your girl TJ. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am broadcasting from the car. Yes, I went outside. Can you believe it? So I am actually on my way to get me something to eat off the dollar menu, of course. And the only thing that I like off the dollar menu is Wendy's. Everything else can kick rocks. So that's where we are headed. And I wanted to get out the house for a few minutes. Yeah. I know it's dark. Hopefully you can see me because I'm traveling. Oh, there's a lot going on. So, want to talk a little bit about what's been popping on in boot camp. So when I said in one of my videos how they took our complaints into consideration, now our day looks like we get on, we do these problem-solving activities for about an hour in group. Then after that, they tell us to work independently, or async as they call it now, on this online training platform, watching videos, taking notes, doing labs. And we do that until lunch. Then they have another touch point. So we check in, do lunch, and then after lunch, we do the platform again for another few hours. And then they check in again. And then that's it for the day. So because it is a California-based program, I'm on East Coast, so it starts from 12 to 8. So usually they dismiss us around 7 o'clock p.m. and then you can finish your async, your homework, or be done for the day. It kind of really just depends on if you are working, if you are not working, blah blah blah. I have pros and cons for this process. The pro is that I do appreciate that they took they took people's opinions into consideration and they changed the program a little. I also appreciate the fact that we're on the learning platform where we can watch the videos over and over again, and we can do the labs over and over again, take notes and stuff. But I do have a con. For someone like me where, yes, I've been to school. Yes, I won't say that I know how to study, but I can get the work done. The problem, I won't call it a problem. The con is that I joined the program because I need accountability in regards to I am easily distracted. So if you tell me to go sit on a learning platform for 4 hours, well, I'm easily distracted. So after about 25 minutes, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm walking around the house. I'm talking on the phone. I am looking at other things on YouTube that I shouldn't, I should be studying. So for me, that is a definite con because I'm easily distracted. That's the reason why, one of the reasons why a boot camp was something that I thought would be a good idea, or I thought was a good idea to keep me, this is what we're doing at this time, this is what we're doing at that time, type of thing. So when you tell me to get on a platform for 4 hours and you'll check back in 4 hours, it's like, oh. And don't get me wrong, I have been doing my best to follow the timeline as best I can. And it's been working out for me. I was able to finish the training that we were doing, the certification training that we were doing. But again, it was difficult for me. Like, there was a day where literally I couldn't get anything done because I was like, oh, I'm trying to stay focused. So it's like, for me, I have been making a conscious effort to stay focused. And it's difficult, And if you're wondering why I keep looking around, that's just what I do. Nowadays you gotta keep looking around, So, they're putting us on another learning platform, in March. So I really don't know what we're going to be doing next week. I need to look at the schedule that they gave us. But this was the last week to finish the certification that we have been training for. Well, I won't say certification, but to finish the practice certification training that we've been studying for, or on the platform to do. So most people have finished, which is a plus. However, it's a negative because we're moving on to something else, and I really am not for sure what it is or if it will be on that same platform. The platform is a pretty good platform, though, I will admit, because they give you the training videos, the labs. They also give you a lab diagram, which is good for you to save and label it so you'll know the steps if you need them right away, or if you are, I guess you would say, if you're not going to remember everything, because there's really no need to remember every single thing as long as you know the basics. We had a speaker Friday, today is Saturday. Yesterday we had a speaker, and I really like this particular speaker because we've had about 3 speakers, and I say that I like this particular speaker because he gave it to us real. Like, I don't like people to sugarcoat. I don't like people to give me that corporate. Tell me what's the tea. You feel me? So he told us exactly how it was. We asked him questions prior, so she did it in an interview format of the questions that we asked, and he pretty much gave it to us straight. He was like, especially with me, being black entering tech, there are different standards that black people have to live by, or different code, just because how it is. So unfortunately, I don't like it being that way, but sometimes it is, and it's 2022 and it still is, but so so that was pretty decent of him. One thing that he did say, and okay, so someone I know is, I should say no, but someone that I used to know is in this field as well. And when I say in this field, I mean in tech. And I'm giving you an example of this person because of what I'm getting ready to speak about. So we went to the same undergraduate. So we went to, but I didn't stay there. I went there for about 2 years. So she has a degree, and then a master's degree, and then she had got another position, and she was like, okay, I'm going back to school to get another master's degree. Well, in my mind, and this is just me, there are a lot of people with 4 and 5 master's degrees. These are my opinions. These are my thoughts in my voice. Okay, so this is what I feel. I don't understand why people get 2 and 3 and 4 master's degrees, because I feel as though, this is just me, I would get, which I was getting, a doctoral degree as opposed to a second master's degree or things of that sort. So I didn't understand it at the time. However, when I spoke with her, she talked about how her first master's degree and her second master's degree were from, how do I put it? I'll call it not reputable. We'll go there. Not reputable schools. And so I kind of understood what she was saying, but I kind of didn't fully get it until he spoke yesterday, and he talked about how your university matters. So I kind of understood why she went to get her 3rd master's degree, because it was from Georgia Tech. And if you're in Georgia or you're in Atlanta, Georgia Tech is known as popping. So I get it now, but I also felt like with him, he has 2 or 3 doctoral degrees, which I think is, again, that goes back to the master's degree theory. And they're all from schools that are not reputable. We'll go there. And so for me, it was kind of like, I kind of get the fact why the people he worked with, or maybe his employer, would not recognize the degree. I think people have to understand that it's great to have a degree, but when you get a higher education, I won't even say higher education, when you get a postgraduate degree, or even a graduate degree, because again, back to the master's degrees, when you get a graduate degree, that's like your last school that you've attended. So you want to make sure that it is a reputable school. It is a school that you're proud to say you've attended. And I'm not saying that he is not proud that he's attended these schools, but you want to make sure that there are schools that people have heard of before. And I say that because when I went on his profile and I looked up the schools, I was like, where's that? You know, and not in a negative aspect, but just like well, where is that at? And I think a lot of people don't understand that you cannot just be sitting up here getting these degrees because you didn't have to take a test to get into the school, or because it was easy to get in. Sometimes when the school is too easy to get in, there's a reason why it's too easy to get in. Anywho, and I'm saying that from experience as well. One of the degrees that I have, I feel like it was a good school, but I feel like there were other certifications that I should have gotten in the program that I did not get, that I had to get after the fact. So you just want to be very careful with that. But again, it was a pretty good school, so it's not like you would be wondering like, where is that, you know? So anywho, so that was pretty much it. I just wanted to do a check-in. I'm getting ready to get me some Wendys. Let me talk about Wendys too while I'm at it. So last night I went to Wendys because I was actually out trying to look for a web camera, which I should just stick to ordering off Amazon because, ooh, child. Okay, thank you. So, I should just stick to ordering off Amazon, but I decided to go out and look for one at 5 and below. The web cameras there are horrible, so I will be returning that one. And I'm glad that I asked the lady before I purchased it if I was able to try it out at home, and if it didn't work, I can bring it back. So, I'm going to talk about what I just said I was going to talk about after I place my order. Okay, I'm back. So I paused the video because I did not want to talk about Wendys while I was in the Wendys drive-thru getting my order. So I'm not going to be back to Wendys because I'm on a budget, as we know. So I won't be back there probably for another 30 days or so. Ooh, sorry about that light. Anywho, I wanted to talk about so a friend of mine said, well, why do you buy your items individually? For instance, like I get a junior cheeseburger deluxe individually, and you know, a frosty blah blah blah. She was like, oh, why don't you get the 4 for $4? Well, I haven't had the 4 for $4 in years, but being a simpleton, I said, okay, and I get the 4 for $4. Well, I get the 4 for $4, and the 4 for $4 is not what, I won't say it's not what I wanted. It was horrible. Like, it was old. Like, they had made it an hour ago, and then, you know, whenever you want it, they just give it to you. Like, the burger was cold. The nuggets were cold. Okay, who is this walking up on me? See, this is why I'm telling you, I'm looking left and right. Like, girl, what you doing? Oh, okay, she just walking somewhere. Okay, I just had to check. Where's you going, child? Don't be coming up on me. Anywho, so the order was, and then the burger was wrong. It had bacon on it. I was like, really? Needless to say, I did not realize that until after the fact. So what happened was, when I checked my order, I realized I didn't have any sweet and sour sauce in my bag. So I went back through the drive-thru and asked for sweet and sour sauce. Can I make this? Because this traffic is horrible. And I got the sweet and sour sauce. So, oh boy, trying to be funny, he gives me 3 sweet and sour sauces and says, is that enough? I said, well, yes, considering I asked for a sweet and sour sauce and didn't get any. What gets me about this is that, why is it that when you order specific things, you have to ask for condiments. Like, I shouldn't have to ask you for condiments. If I have French fries, I need ketchup. You know, if I have chicken nuggets, I need dipping sauce. I need some sauce. So that's one thing. Anywho, so get home, realize my stuff is cold. Of course, I could have called and reported them, but I was kind of just over it at the moment. I didn't call my friend. So my friend called me and was like, hey, did you get the 4 for $4? How was it? I know you liked it. And I said, girl, I'm not ever getting the 4 for $4 again in life. Like, it literally is like a pre-made order, and I don't like that. I understand it's fast food, but I'm still paying my money, so I want fresh food, you know? Anywho, needless to say, this is why I ordered the items separately, because I've noticed, and this is just my experience, of course, I notice when you get them separately, they're fresh. Anywho, then, as you know, I don't go outside very much because everything I do is in the house. You know, I have a food and blah, blah, blah. So then I go to get some gasoline. Go down to the Kroger's, give me some gasoline. Instead of using my debit card, I said, well, I'm just going to use my Cash App card, because literally I was only getting about $25 worth of gas because I don't go anywhere. Get the gas. And then, you know, if you use your Cash App card, you get a text message every time you purchase something. So I get a text message saying, thank you or you've purchased $50 at Kroger's. So I said, $50? Like, what? So I am practicing not getting upset or not getting on 10 or getting angry because I have, you know, I'm just trying to learn how to calm down. So I didn't stress out. I had a receipt from the machine. I went inside and I asked the cashier, is there a reason why they took out $50 instead of $25? And she was like, oh, that's because when you use a Chime card or a Cash App card or any of those type of cards, they don't know how much money you're going to spend, so they put a authorization on it. And I told her, I understand what an authorization is. I said, and don't get me wrong, this is probably because I don't use my Cash App card. Like, literally, this is probably like my second time using it, and it was used twice just yesterday. So I guess with Cash App, they put double. I don't really know, but I feel like even if you're doing an authorization for a purchase, for you to authorize double the amount, I think is insane. And I told the lady, well, what happens if you don't have $50 on the card or double the amount or whatever the amount? And she said, well, that's when they ask you to come inside. She was like, you know, if you're using a Cash App card or a Chime card or any of those type of cards, she said, I always tell people to come inside so they won't do an overage. And I said, oh, well, that's good to know. But needless to say, I won't ever be using that card at the gas station again. And tonight when I just went to Wendy's, I just used my debit card because I was like, I don't know if this is on every purchase or how it works. And I was just over it. So, needless to say. So, yeah, that's all I got. I am headed back home to eat and to finish studying. Today I have been working on my resume. I need to finish it because I have a meeting on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday with the career coach for him to review it. And I've also been working on my website portfolio and figuring out which projects I am going to complete to put on my website portfolio for my, well, not even that, I have to put 2 projects on my resume as well. So I'm trying to figure out which 2 projects. I might put 1 or 2. They say it's good to have at least 2, so I'm probably just going to do, see, that's the catch too, and the reason why I'm deciding on how many, if I'm going to put 1 or 2 on my resume, because they like for your resume to be 1 page. Well, I may only be able to put 1 project on there. Oh, is that the police? Oh, yes it is, honey. What's my speed limit? Oh, okay. Anywho, so that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to debate what I'm going to put on there. But I honestly think that I'm just going to put one project on there, because I do have a link to GitHub and a link to my portfolio on my resume. So if they see the one project, I'm just going to probably put the best project on there, and then they can go on to my portfolio if they want to see more of my projects or talk to me more about it in the interviews. Anywho, so it's very dark where I am, so I'm going to go ahead and log off. I want to say this is just a day, I don't even know what day I'm on. I think I'm probably on like day 50 or day 50 something, but anywho, that will be it for me, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to try to tape a video in the next few days, and yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.